Hello there, it's Maria Rothenberger from the Miracles Happen Fertility Center at drmariarothenberger.com. I am on my bedroom floor during quarantine of COVID-19 2020, and I've got my trusty little monkey with me today, Dexter. This is my oldest boy, 14 in August. Yikes. He's just hanging out in my lap while I do this Compassion Week 21, following the quotes from this book, A Year of Living with More Compassion. We are beginning the 6th month of this compassion series. What in the world? What happened to time? It just flew by. And I'm so happy to have been with you all this time. I really hope that you put this compassion series to good use. And by the beginning of the 6th month, as we are today, I'm hoping that you're finding so much more compassion toward yourself and others in your life. The quote this week is by a Sufi poet by the name of Hafiz. It says, "Admit something. Everyone you see, you say to them, 'Love me.' Of course, you do not do this out loud. Otherwise, someone would call the cops. Still, though, think about this great pull in us to connect. Why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye that is always saying, with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in this world is dying to hear?" So this is a little bit of a deeper conversation from the Ram Dass poem that I shared a couple of weeks ago, where we talk about, the poem was called Just Like Me, where we talk about how everything that we experience as a human is also what other folks experience. And when we're able to see that in other people, then anything that causes a feeling of separation or any feelings that come from believing we are not loved or we are not liked or somebody hates us or somebody disagrees with us, all of the emotions around that begin to soften. So that is the compassion quote / practice for this week. Just to riff a little bit on what they talk about in this quote, they say, "The pull to connect is a deep urge or drive within all human beings. We all want to have love and belonging. All of us, every single one of us. Do we ever stop saying love me just because our bodies have aged? No. Just like kids, we look for signs of warmth and friendliness in the eyes of almost everyone we meet, and we feel subtly wounded if a whole day passes without receiving affection. Also, when we don't focus on that, just simple thought that we just want to feel loved and belonged, sometimes we begin to live from that disconnection and we seek material rewards or material anything, a bigger this, a bigger that. And when we get that bigger this or bigger that, we want a still bigger or this or bigger that in our lives, right? We want the next thing and the next thing and the next thing because we are still seeking that love and belonging. And so I think it's really important to sit back and say, what is it that I truly need here? Because underneath that drive, that focus, and sometimes it's like anger and frustration that we're not getting the recognition or the love or the belonging that we really want. When you look underneath that, it says here, when we peel back the onion of anger, we find softer emotions lying underneath, such as fear, loneliness, or confusion. And when we recognize this great pull in us, this great pull in all of us to connect and to belong to other people, that motivates much of what we think and do. Then the mind becomes quiet, the heart opens, and we begin to see others with new, more compassionate eyes. The practice for this week is very simple. Every morning when you wake up, close your eyes and put your hands on your heart and say, "I and all beings wish to be loved." That's it. Super easy practice. You can do this. And watch what happens In this 6th month of the compassion series, you likely have a lot more compassion for yourself and others, but watch what happens after yet another week. Imagine another year. I'll see you next time.